Can you guys hear us?
What's going on, everybody?
I am trying to add us to the stage and it's not working. Hello, hello, hello.
They hear us, but they don't see.
There
we are.
There we go.
Can you hear us? What's going on? Cactus Perch. Hello. We want to be in Phoenix right now. It's cold here. Hi, Diamond Nurse. Hosted guest. Just saw you a few minutes ago. Beauty Clemente. Hello. Meladern, 8133. Eon Stott. What's going on? Thank you, Cactus Perch. You can see us now. You can hear us. Great. Awesome. How's everybody doing today? Let us know in the chat. We're like, this is our first YouTube live, so it's like the first time you host a guest. You're nervous, right? Does everybody remember
the first guest that checked in?
I actually remember mine.
Yes,
she was lovely because she was in hospitality. She was female traveler solo for work, and she was in the wine business. And so she was coming to see her clients. And I have to admit, you guys, I actually went out and had a glass of wine with her because
I was so
excited to be hosting. And truth be told, I thought when I started hosting that I would be friends with all of my guests. And sorely mistaken, I am actually friends with way more hosts than guests because you don't really get to interact with your guests that much, but we have connected with hosts from all over the world. We obviously connect with you here on YouTube, on our podcast, and then also inside our membership.
So if you actually subscribe to our YouTube channel, will you put a 1 in the chat? And if you don't know who we are, will you put a 2 in the chat and let us know? If you subscribe to our YouTube channel, put a 1. If you don't know who the heck we are, put a 2. I would love to see if there's anyone who just doesn't even know who we are.
Indiana, hello, congrats. I'm still pumped for Indiana University. Who doesn't love that story? Hi, Kim Kelly, you're a star. Sarah and I were just talking about you.
Yes.
And your amazing property and how awesome you're doing. Oh, Jell's mommy, we shaped your business from the start. Tell us more. Tell us more. Ooh, juggler pilot, dude.
Go.
I hope you don't juggle while you're flying. That would be interesting, but I'm here for it.
Oh my God.
My name is Jolf. I like that. Okay, I love all your handles. Okay, Blue Miss Cabins. And also, you guys, while you're connecting here, put your if you have a link to your property, drop it here.
Mark it
yourself. All right, a juggler pilot, dude. I need to know. Yes, go Hoosiers for sure. Kirk Signetti. My motto is your motto. How you do anything is how you do everything. Every inch of my home has your imprint.
Yes.
Really quick, before we get started, we do have some slides that we want to go over with you guys, but we send out a newsletter every week. Sarah just pours her heart and soul into it. She sprinkles in stories from me and our team. And yesterday we had one from a Instacart deliverer. This weekend, we had a major snowstorm here. And before the snow came, I ordered a bunch of groceries. And actually, I didn't. My boyfriend did. Hopefully, he's watching here. But this Instacart deliverer was so amazing. He had 10,000. You actually miswrote that. You said 1,000. He had 10,000 deliveries. Oh. He was prepared. He was like, absolutely, you're welcome. My pleasure. Everything was a quick response. He came to the door with a laundry basket, one trip. He had everything delivered. And I wanted to tell him, like, this is amazing. Like, your response, your delivery time, everything. Like, how do you do it? And he just said to me, someone's got to be the best. And I literally almost cried because I'm like, yes, somebody does need to be the best. And so whatever you're going to do, be the best at it. And so I hope everybody here hosting wants to be the best. So if you want to be the best, please put the best in the chat because that's who Sarah and I want to work with. That's who we want to have in our community. And we want the short-term rental community to be the best stay for our guests.
Yes. The best. Love it. Peaceful Escapes 9128. Thank you. Yes. Someone has to be the best. Why not you? Hosted guest, the best. 100%.
Yes.
The Water Myers. Amazing. Okay. We do want to share with you why most hosts will never earn what their property is worth. Before we do, in case you're curious what this QR code is right here, We are hosting a boot camp starting February 9th, and it's all about our pricing system that we use in our properties and help us be the rate leaders in our market. If you're a serious host and you really care about making the most revenue from your property, of course, never sacrificing those 5-star reviews. That is what this bootcamp is for, coming up on February 9th. If you're interested in attending it, if you're interested in partaking, scan the QR code, learn more. Annette and I would love to see you there. It'll be like we'll be live, we'll be there, but it'll be even deeper. And we're going to share the exact strategies that we use in our properties and sharing them with you so that you can have a really profitable 2026, excuse me.
Point to the other corner. That's great.
Wait, like this?
That was amazing. I don't know.
It is like this. It's like a mirror.
That was so good.
Okay. If you have a ticket to the boot camp.
You signed up already. From dentist to farmer. Wait, from dentist to farmer to host? We're here for it. We're here for it. And also,
it's going to be so good.
Later, we also have our store below. You can buy a ticket too if the QR code doesn't work or whatnot. So let's get into it.
Yes. All right. So let's.
Can you see our slides though? The QR code isn't.
They can
blocking. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you got us.
It'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay. Why most short-term rental hosts will never charge what their property is worth. And here's the thing: if you've watched our YouTube before, you can't really ask us questions in real time. That's what this live is for. So use the chat, ask us questions. We're in there as well, and we'll be sure to answer them as we move forward in the slides, okay? Because here's the thing that we've learned from you hosts over the years is that you think the problem is this. You think it's that bookings feel slower. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel like bookings feel slower is your problem. Or the market is saturated. You feel like that's your problem. Or guests are more price sensitive. We blame the guest when we're not performing the way we want to perform. Put a 1 in the chat if that sounds like it could be something that you've said before. Here's the good news. None of those are the actual real problem. The real problem is very solvable. And that's what we're going to chat about with you all today. Thank you, Nico, for being honest there. If you've said bookings feel slower, the market is saturated, guests are more price sensitive, that's why I'm not making as much money as I feel like I should be making. That's not the real problem, okay? And that's actually a good thing.
And I want to shout out, I love what Blue Miss Cabin said. Yes, many of us operate from a position of fear.
Oh, dang.
That is so true. We have so many hosts that come to us and they are scared to increase their rate because they feel like they're not going to get, and notice that I'm saying the word feel because this is all about feelings, not facts and data. And that is what we are going to teach you to use inside the boot camp. We are going to run our short-term rental as a business, which it is. And so you cannot operate from fear and be successful.
All right. We want to introduce to you. So Annette and I have been doing this since Thanks for Visiting has been around since 2019. So we've worked with clients, hosts, just like you since 2019. We've met a lot of you. We dig into your businesses. We let you vent and share your fears and let you share what's holding you back. And we've been able to figure out that there is a commonality amongst our clients, amongst the people who are in our coaching programs. And there's 3 types of hosts, okay? There is, we call her Host Annie, right? This is the first type of host. And Host Annie, guests are happy. I get 5-star reviews. Why mess with what's working, right? Why mess with it? Host Annie isn't tracking her performance closely or really at all because, again, her guests are happy. Well, she's not going to do anything extra if her guests are happy. She has pricing software, maybe, but rarely touches it. Someone told her to get it, so she got it.
She connected it, let it do its thing.
Yeah. She relies on gut, memory, or past experience to help her make decisions for her short-term rental, okay? So she feels like her pricing for 4th of July should be this, right? That's something that Host Annie would say.
And real quick, I want to pause for a second. Sarah just said she has pricing software, but rarely touches it. Please put a 1 in the chat if you use a dynamic pricing software, perhaps Price Labs, Wheelhouse, let us know if you are currently have installed dynamic pricing software. Put a 1, please, just so we know who's here on the live with us. Okay, Ben Davis does. Okay, Nico. And if you could elaborate which one you're using, that would be great too. Hosted guest, we know which one you're using. Kim Kelly, great. Some of our current students are here right now. And yes, Maria, European host, absolutely. This is something any host anywhere will get tremendous value from this. And we would be very honest, there are some times that it is US based only, but this one definitely for European.
The only thing about European, Maria, I should clarify
Time,
is that time. So the boot camp is going to start at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so depending on where you're at in the world, that might be conducive to your schedule. It might not, but we do have replays. Woo! So know that.
And guess what, Gels Mommy, you need to be in the boot camp because they wanted to charge $1,200 a night and you just couldn't do it. Then you are under earning. Everybody, if Price Labs wanted to move your price to a place that you felt uncomfortable and you did it anyways and made a lot of money, please put a $ in the chat. Please put a $. If you've had that feeling that Gels Mommy had.
Yes.
You got to get over it. That's operating from fear. Someone said above.
Okay, let's go back to host Annie. Okay, so again, host Annie, guests are happy. I get 5-star reviews. Why mess with what's working? She isn't tracking performance closely or at all. She's got the pricing software, but a lot like Gels Mommy, we're not calling you out because that is so common, right? She doesn't touch it because maybe she saw a price that she just didn't believe she could get. So she's just like, I'm not going to touch this. She relies on gut, memory, or past experience to make decisions for her short-term rental. And if she's being honest, she doesn't really think of her short-term rental as a business. That does not cross her mind, okay? That's host Annie. The consequences of host Annie thinking like this, behaving this way, is that over time, she leaves money on the table, not because she doesn't care deeply. People in the Thanks for Visiting world, our hosts, our community, all of you, you care a lot. That's why you keep coming back to our channel over and over again, because you know we care, you care. We have that commonality, right? But because she doesn't track her data and she's not treating it like a business, her good intentions quietly cost her revenue. All right? She's losing money. She's leaving money on the table, as they say.
All right, I'm going to go to host Bob. So host Bob, he has a very, very one-of-a-kind property. His property is special, and he bases his pricing on what it's worth. Okay, here is the problem. He is overconfident Bob. He believes there is an exception to every rule, that he is the exception to the rule, okay? He refuses to use pricing tools because his place, simply, it's too unique to have any sort of comp set. And lastly, he keeps his nightly rate high year-round, even when demand drops.
So he knows best.
He doesn't think that he has these comps because no one else has the views that his home has or the details and amenities. And he ignores data and trusts his gut, believing the right guest will eventually pay top dollar, even if his calendar stays empty. And here's the big consequence with this. His occupancy is going to stay very low, and Bob just blames the market. He misses his booking windows because his pricing is unrealistic. His revenue suffers. Even when his demand is high, his ego blocks him from the clarity that comes with using data. And this is such a common host. We see this one just equally as much as Annie.
Yes. Now, here's host Carla. And I would argue to say that Kim Kelly, who is on this right now, hosted guest, they are host Carla, or they're well on their way to host Carla, because that's exactly what we work with them to embody as Carla. She knows exactly what's working and why. She tracks the numbers. She has a plan, and she's building a business that gives her freedom financially and with her time. All right. Because a lot of people think reading the data and actually digging into pricing software, it's going to take all this time or be impossible to figure out. At first, there is a learning curve. At first, we have to invest some time, of course, but there is a system behind it that you can leverage. to be more like host Carla and be strategic. So strategic host Carla makes data-backed decisions. Her listings are built to get clicks and bookings, and her business runs with intention. So what is Carla's future like? Well, she knows what to adjust, when to adjust it, and why. So she's not leaving on the table, and she's also not panic pricing. We hear that a lot from you in our YouTube video comments, right? So we want to know, how are you showing up today? What kind of host are you today? And be honest here, all right? Are you showing up a little bit like host Annie? Maybe you're overconfident Bob. You don't really have any comps in your area. You're very unique. Or are you driving your short-term rental with data? Put an A, B. We just want to see who's showing up today. Put an A, B, C, or C in the chat and let us know. Because self-identifying where you're at is the only way to start that journey of taking you to where you want to go. Okay? You have to realize that you're someplace before you say, I want to get to this place. That way you know what you're up against, what your challenges are, and we just help you overcome them.
And I love Jill's mommy. This is great too, that we do find a lot of hosts, they are straddling two personas.
Yeah.
They could be B and C, A or C. And that is very, very common. And then yes, hosted guest, we always hear that people are striving to become C, or they're on that path to C. And yes, Blue Miss Cabins, hybrid between A and B. All right. So Diane Hemingway, Blue Miss Cabins, hosted guests. We know you. Peaceful Escapes, great. But if you are an A or B, you are exactly an awesome candidate, and C for our boot camp. Because do you know what host C is also always doing? Carla, she is always reinvesting in herself and reinvesting in her business. And I want to let you guys know, Sarah just met Sarah's been hosting since 2012. And it's just so happens that she had a in-person meeting with someone, a market manager from Airbnb this week. And there are so many things that we all know changed in 2025 that are taken in effect in 2026. If you want to, going back to the beginning of the live stream, be the best, you have to surround yourself with the best. All right. So that's what Sarah and I are. And that's what we want everyone in our community is. So we want to make sure that you guys are all here at the boot camp. Okay. And we'll have a welcome party next week. And then it starts on the 9th.
Yes.
Okay.
So the difference between host A, B, and C, or A and B and then C, isn't effort. They're all trying hard. I mean, obviously host Annie, she cares about her guests. Her guests are happy. We said that, right? Her hospitality is through the roof, but she's putting all of her focus there, and she's not treating her numbers or her strategy or taking the time to read the data and do something with it as she does with her hospitality. And that's an imbalance there, okay? Or host B, I mean, obviously he cares very much about his property. Right? He knows it is unique. And I'm not arguing that when it comes to meeting other host Bs out there. I'm sure your property, I mean, I've managed really unique, incredible, Instagram famous properties, all right? But they have market. You have a market. There is a way for you to more strategically figure out your pricing for your property than you think. All right. So the only difference is that strategy. So here's a lie that most hosts believe. Pricing is either too risky to raise, and I see you, Jell's mama, when I say that, or too unique to compare. So I just trust my gut. All right. I don't want to ask for too much. I don't want to underprice and not make you know what I mean? Like there's both sides of the coin there. But it's not that hosts want to guess, right, at their pricing. Deep down, we find out that host A's and host B, they feel confused by the data, right? You get Price Labs or Wheelhouse or Beyond Pricing or some sort of tool, and you're confused by the graphs. You don't know how to navigate. You're so busy. You've got family, work, your property. It's time consuming, or you think it's wrong, right? It told you to charge $1,200 and you're like, absolutely not. That is highway robbery. So they default to what feels familiar instead of what's factual. All right. Pricing is you should never have emotion around pricing. All right. And I'm not saying business should be emotionless. I do believe that being in business, you should definitely put people before the profits, because we know if when you do that, the profits will come. But do not mistake us that we do believe that you should be making what a guest is willing to pay for your property.
Mm-hmm. And we see this over and over again, that most hosts aren't struggling because they are bad at hosting. It's exactly opposite of that. They're struggling because they're making high stakes pricing decisions without a clear strategy. And there's good news about that. It can be remedied quickly. And when you don't know which lever actually matters, pricing becomes reactive instead of intentional. And as a result, many hosts are quietly leaving meaningful money on the table without even realizing it. Factors like photos, your titles, and listing descriptions matter, but pricing determines whether you will ever get a fair test. And what's great about pricing, this is whether it is on an OTA or we really want you to be pushing your direct booking. Okay. And that's why learning this skill set, it matters across the board, no matter where you're listing.
All right.
Yes. I love this. Nico, for me, it's really about getting more confident using Price Labs in all the settings. I haven't fully deep dived into it yet, but I'm committed to mastering. That's it. That's the decision. You have to be committed to it. And it's compound effect. It's week after week, month after month. And inside our program too, we go through daily, weekly, monthly. And it is really a small amount of time once you get in the rhythm of it to really make it just a part of your habitual business and things and actually you get excited to do it.
Nico, I want to personally invite you to come to the boot camp. Okay. Because if you have committed to deep diving in and mastering it,
this will fast track
you are going to be fast tracked. And then now we're holding you accountable. Join the boot camp. You guys, it's $49, but you get 4 live trainings. And we are going to show you all that you need to know when it comes to what's important with that data. And then if you really, really want to master it, you could upgrade a VIP. And then we do additional coaching where if you want to share your screen with us, we have our expert revenue manager on the call with Annette and me, and we're all eyes on data. And as a group, as that VIP group, we are looking at it, telling you what to do with it. It's so juicy and so fun. Okay.
So again, the factors like your photo, your titles, your listing description, they matter, but pricing determines whether you ever get a fair test. It controls who sees you, who clicks, who trusts you, and whether your other improvements even get the chance to perform. All right. Okay. So our goal is to empower hosts to be more like host C. We want to get you to that host C position. We want you to price intentionally. Let the data, not emotion, lead your decisions. Facts over feelings. Again, every day. I feel like I'm not getting booked. And you know, the first question when Sarah and I, when they say, I feel like I'm not getting booked, we look at their calendar and we say, well, I can't book you this month or next month. So that's probably why you feel like you're not getting booked. So we want to make sure we look at facts over feelings there. And follow a simple pricing plan so you can make more money doing what you love, welcoming guests into your home. Selling is serving, everyone. So the better you serve your guest, you can price right. All right. I'm excited for you to stop under earning.
Diane Hemingway, yes. So when you sign up for the boot camp, you can watch the replays up until February 23rd. Why? We don't want you buying the boot camp, putting off participating, and then time goes by. We're there to help you live during the boot camp. Plus, we have a private pop-up group where we can do some additional coaching with you. We want you to be involved during this live event. So that is a way for us to hold you accountable. We want to make sure you get the value out of it.
Nice.
Ooh, love it.
Meaningful miles.
I love that handle.
Yeah. What's meaningful miles? Tell us the story. Okay. So next week, we are going to live break down the most common mistakes host A and host B make, even when they are trying hard and doing all the right things. And get pumped. These graphs behind us, you are going to know these. You are going to learn these. And what's really cool about VIP, when you can see behind the scenes of other hosts' price labs, it is
eye-opening.
It's exciting. Like you're hearing what other hosts questions, what they're asking. You're seeing what's happening in their market. Everyone is so transparent about just opening up the behind the scenes of their price labs. And this is what's so cool too. Sometimes we get this is why Sarah and I gelled so quickly when we met. I want to know behind the scenes of her business. She want to know the behind the scenes of my business. And our growth exploded because we weren't in this silo. Hosting is lonely. And so when you can start to hear, see, be a part of a group, I'm telling you, you will start to just dial it in that much more quickly. It's about who you surround yourself with, right? Your environment. Yes, Kim Kelly, VIP is worth it for sure. Thank you.
And hello, Mostis. Mostis is a coach in our program, and she's an incredible business in Scottsdale, Phoenix, Arizona. It's beautiful.
Shout out Mostis House. All right,
go check out her company there.
Okay, so this is what we're going to dig into.
So next week, we're also going to go live here in Facebook, okay? This is not part of the boot camp. This is just a little extra special love we're giving to our YouTube community. Next week, on Friday, next Saturday, and next Sunday, we're going to go live here in YouTube. And if you want to, you can make sure that you get notified when we do go live. And what we're going to do is we're going to dig into things like photos and listing descriptions and how to build trust on the OTAs, also known as the online travel agencies like Airbnb. And then that is going to help you understand even deeper why pricing is that lever that makes all of it work together instead of it feeling overwhelming. Okay. So we are so excited to show up live with you next week here on YouTube, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Like we shared before, the QR code at the point over here, for those of you who are here right now and you know that you take your hosting business seriously and you're like, yes, ladies, I'd love the chance to work with you live, and you've been on our YouTube channel or our podcast, you trust us, you know that we know what we're talking about. We are personally inviting you right now to join the boot camp. It starts February 9th. It goes until the 12th. It is a live event. You do get replays in case you are at work during the day or something pops up, but it's only until February 23rd, and then it's to hold you accountable. We have a free pop-up group where we can coach you even deeper. You can and that is included. We have workbooks included. And then if you want to upgrade to VIP, you get additional coaching time with the other VIPs, with Annette, myself, and our expert revenue manager, Colleen, who is incredible. She's got over 10 years in the hotel industry and as a revenue manager, and she is a wealth of knowledge.
Okay, if you have any questions also while we're talking about the boot camp, please put them in the chat. We're loving y'all. If you already bought a ticket, what's an emoji? Or just a dollar sign? What should we have?
Yeah, because they're going to make more money that week.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to make more money that week.
Put a dollar sign if you've already purchased a ticket, if we're going to see you, because I want to start learning your names now. This is a 4-day live experience, very similar to this. And again, with Sarah and I, and here's the deal. We have generated over $5 million in short-term rental revenue. We have the reps in. We want to help you make more money, okay? And in our private community right now, we are all working together, managing over $1.9 million in monthly bookings. People are getting record revenue. And it's with the same property they've always had, the same amazing hosting they've always had. We've just dialed in, used the data, and made sure that they're priced appropriately. We're not saying we're just going to go. Actually, there's going to be times, there's going to be so many other things besides just the pricing that you're going to learn, and you're going to start to maneuver and learn about using that data. It's going to just change the game for your business. And the one thing that I love about our boot camp is that the skills that you learn, you can use month after month, quarter after quarter, year after year.
Property after property.
Property after property. Yes, Julie Brown, please, we would love for you to be there. Stay at SAS. We cannot wait to meet you. Scott, we cannot wait to meet you. The Watermeyers, Peaceful Escapes, VIP, let's go, baby. Julie Brown, excited. Marcella Tabriz. If those of you that are joining us, please take this chance right now. Let us know what you're wanting to learn, what your outcome, what result you're looking for. That helps Sarah and I get prepped and pumped, because we really are. We want to pour into you, and we want this boot camp to be a catalyst of change in your profitability and your business overall.
Stay at SAS. Yes. If you're from Europe, if you're in Europe, there is absolutely information and systems that you can learn that you can apply to your business. The only thing to take into consideration is the times that we are live, which is at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. As long as that works for your schedule, or you don't mind watching the replays if you happen to be in bed at that time, that would be the only thing that you might want to consider. But for $49, I would take it and at least watch the replays. I'm telling you, we over deliver, just like to our guests, we over deliver to our boot campers. And I thank you so much, hosted guests, for saying you will be mind blown by everything they give you. And Colleen is amazing. Colleen is our revenue manager, and she is amazing.
Yeah, Julie Brown. If you haven't opened yet, yeah, let's do this. And then if Colleen, I know that we have some testimony. Well, some people here have went to the boot camp before, like Kim Kelly. She said she had no idea how to use Price Labs until the boot camp last fall. It was such great info. But we have some testimonials too from our clients across the pond that have made incredible improvements in their revenue from attending the boot camp. So let's see, Nico, probably an obvious answer, but asking anyway, is this strategy meant for self-managed hosts or professional managers like myself working to scale? Both. Come. And Nico, I wouldn't say that lightly. I like to make sure that we're putting people in the right space. This training, absolutely for both. And I'm telling you, it could be because these are pricing strategies that are tried and true. You are going to learn something, definitely. And again, I don't know how many, everybody how much did you buy your property for? Right? How much did you invest in your property? How much did you invest in your furnishings? How much have you invested in yourself to learn how to price it? Think about that. All right.
I do want to say something too to Nico and anyone else here who's ever thought about managing property for someone else. You might call it co-hosting. You might call it property management, whatever you call it. Obviously you have a responsibility to yourself and your family. When you buy an investment like a property and that short-term rental, you want to make sure that you're maximizing your revenue, right? But I think it's an even greater responsibility to do that for someone else and to take that very seriously. So it is so much more than managing cleaners or making sure the place looks great or giving great customer service to that guest. That is part of it. But if you are planning on managing for other people and you don't have a pricing strategy, or you couldn't answer to your owner, how do we perform against the market? What are you anticipating this year in terms of revenue? If you can't answer those questions quickly, you need to be here. All right.
Maria Parker, the sessions will be 1 hour each day. If you join VIP, it'll be an additional hour. And then the Watermeyers, I would sign up for Price Labs and get it installed ahead of time. Colleen, I don't know if you have our Price Labs link there. I think we have, we are partners with them. I don't want to say that, but I think we do have a special with them. Colleen, if someone could drop that in the chat. And the dates again, thank you, Peaceful Escapes, for helping us out. February 9th through 12th. And there will be replays if you miss. The other great thing about replays is join the training. And if you need to rewatch it, you have it to let it really, really sink in. And if you want to become a VIPer, which we highly recommend, that includes live coaching sessions after each training with us and our professional revenue manager. You'll be making so much money, you don't even talk right. Okay. You will be able to share your screen, bring your numbers, and get direct feedback on your pricing, your market, and your listing. So you leave knowing exactly what to adjust and why. And what I want to share, that will actually be on Zoom. So like we can see you, we can see your screen. We want you to share your screen. That's where we get the most value there.
And we put Colleen to work.
Oh, there we go. 30 days Price Labs with our link there. The Watermeyers. Yes, let's do it. And the Watermeyers, though, don't get overwhelmed. Connect it. And then this is what we'll do. Okay. And most series hosts, they choose VIP because they don't want to understand pricing in theory. They want a personalized plan. Okay, that they can implement immediately. Let's do that.
Diane, no. This is a one-time live event. Well, we do it sometimes throughout the year, but for the boot camp, it's February 9th through 12th. It is $49 for the whole experience. Or if you upgrade to VIP, you want that additional coaching. It is a total of $149, and just the one one-time fee. That helps us support our team, our research, all that kind of good stuff.
Actually, we have one of our clients here, one of our beloved clients, Shannon. I can see her. Shannon, can you share in the chat some of your pricing, where your property was priced and where it is now? If you can give any sort of before and after really becoming your own revenue manager. And I want to share though, hosts like Shannon, hosts like Hosted Guest, hosts like Kim Kelly, Mostest host, they took action though. They didn't just attend. You're going to have to take action to get results. What dates? February 9th through 12th. Shannon is saying her pricing was way too low. Way too low. Yes, we start February 9th.
Yep, I got it on the screen too, so you guys can see it there. It happens at noon. If you want to be there with us live, it is noon Eastern. Okay, and then if you're a VIPer, you'll stay on after the first training, and then we'll move over to a more intimate experience on Zoom, so you can share your screen. And here's the cool thing: sometimes VIPers, they don't know what questions to ask. They have no idea. They're like, I don't know, but other VIPers do, and so sometimes you learn more by hearing other people's questions and our answers to their questions. Then you kind of get these aha moments too. So in case that's helpful for anyone to make that decision.
All right. Rich and Die just registered. Let's go. And this is the thing too. If you have a business partner, life partner, real estate investing partner, show them the replays, sit down together, watch them. We have so many people that do that. Literally, like, we want to help you, but you need to register for that. Here we go. Shannon Lay, quick example. Listen, everybody, we need to make these slides. Shannon's quick example, her ski market President's Day weekend in 2025, she was $662 a night. In 2026, she is $1,400 a night.
That's over a 50% increase.
Like what? And she has Shannon, would you mind, could you just say the bedroom bathroom count on your condo? I want to say 2.2, maybe 3.2. And here's what I love, everybody. Shannon can do year over year, because that's what we teach, is understand the year over year gets really juicy when you understand it.
Shannon's been a client of ours for a long time, but she just came back to us.
Thank you.
She just came back to us last year because she wanted to self-manage. So these are the kind of results that we are dedicating ourselves to getting for our clients to make sure they understand and they're actually making money. And so that's why I say Mitch Berger, yes, it is the boot camp. It is worth signing up for, because I don't know about you, but I went to college before I did my profession, right? I wanted to learn a little bit about what I was getting into. Other people like to do the other way around. They want to jump in and learn as they go. But if you don't have the property yet, I think for $49, Mitch, you're going to buy that large asset and, put a lot of your time and energy into that. You might as well have a good understanding before you even start.
And I love this too. Someone asked, Stay at SAS says, using a dynamic pricing tool, the average rental price go up or down? I'm going to say up, because most are undercharging. And I love, you can stay at SAS. You can look at Shannon Lai, look at her before and after using dynamic pricing. And then George below, he says he thought his prices should be you guys look, I thought my prices should be $250 or $300. Price Labs pushed me up to $475 per night.
And then it's like, when Price Labs tells you something, a lot like Jell's mama was saying, she's like, but I didn't believe it. And then what our job is to do is to show you how to understand why the software is telling you that. And is it right? Is there room to grow more? Is what it's comparing you to, is that correct? And those are the questions that you want to ask yourself, because of course you don't want to just set it and forget it. Okay. Annette and I are big believers in not setting any software and forgetting it. You should understand it enough, okay, to pull levers.
This is so good. First of all, you guys, should we do more lives? I want to do live listing audits. Tell Sarah we want to start doing some live listing audits.
I love going live.
What else do we answer all of these questions?
Cactus Perch says, I signed up for the boot camp before I had a short-term rental last year. $149, one of the best money spent. I ever invested, because I learned valuable lessons from Annette, Sarah, and our girl Colleen.
Okay, this is an important. I love this question. RH Thorburn, doesn't Airbnb auto pricing do the same? No.
So good.
Absolutely not. No. Please let us help you. Anyone that's using any sort of auto pricing by Airbnb, stop today. We will save you. Like, you are under earning for sure. You want to have a third party dynamic pricing software doing that for you. Think about it. Airbnb, Sarah and I will always speak highly of Airbnb. That's why we're here. It's how we got our start in short-term rentals. But as they should, they are looking out for themselves and getting the property booked. Okay. So we would highly recommend to not use that and stop using it immediately.
Yeah.
And then, so Laura, if you want to, I think you wanted to learn more about the boot camp. If you go to the QR code, we'll have a whole page detailing that. My first year learning with Thanks for Visiting increased my revenue by 182%. Yes, Amy Corbett, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Amy Corbett is here. We have two amazing hosts with us, business owners that I would encourage everyone to follow. Colleen or someone, if you could put their handles in the chat, it is Mostess Host and All Belong Co. Follow them on social, join their newsletters. They are the industry's best, and you need to be following them. Okay.
So studio, it might say February 6th because we are having a welcome party on the 6th, but that's a fun get together gathering party. The learning starts on the 9th. So both are true.
Ooh,
both are true.
Hey, Fearless in Cabo, hit the like buttons. Does that help us? Help do the like. Sarah and I just went to Cabo.
I love Cabo.
Fearless in Cabo. Let us know your favorite restaurants. We love Flora Farms. All right. February 6th. Yes, it's our welcome party. It's so fun. I'm going to give stuff away. And yes, Mostess Host and All Belong Co. are strategists inside our program. Are you, Stay at Sass says, are you more getting into Airbnb in the course than into booking?
This is OTA agnostic. Okay. This is about pricing strategies that work no matter what platform you're on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
yes.
We won't be using Airbnb smart pricing to teach. We're actually going to use screenshots of price labs, but just to show you an example of what a graph might look like. Okay. You don't have to have price labs to get education out of this. All right.
And how you sign up, there's a QR code on the screen here. We have a YouTube store below that you can buy a ticket there too. We got you covered. All right. I think we answered all the questions. This has been incredible.
So
Meaningful
fun.
Miles. We cannot wait to see you. You'll learn. Let's see. Hibernation Station. How are you? Long time no see. You'll learn so much. Even if you implement one of these ideas, it'll play for itself. You won't regret it. I'm thrilled with what it has done for my business.
Thank you.
Yes. Didn't you guys create like a really amazing algorithm or program that helps with all of this? I remember it from another boot camp that you did vaguely, but I have lost my notes. We have a program that we will invite everyone to join, Strategic Host. That might be it. Yes, Meaningful Miles, you can still upgrade after registering for sure. We can always let you upgrade there. Cool. And then before we leave, it's Friday. I want to know, does anybody have check-ins today? You got guests? Let us know about your reservations, checking in. It will be recorded. Yes, this is recorded. This live is recorded, right? It'll show up.
You guys, it's our first live. I don't really know how this works, but I think so.
Oh, picking up 5 properties in 5 separate Mexico resorts. Yeah, let's go. Yes, you will be able to access the replay, we think.
For the boot camp, you will.
Mm-hmm.
For this YouTube live, we're pretty sure.
And Lake Travis Vacation Getaway, we're going to go live 3 times next week too. Turning over tomorrow. Nice. I earned extra money today from an early check-in request. Shannon.
Nice.
Yes. That is awesome. Love that.
Good job,
All
Shannon.
right, you guys. Have a wonderful Friday. We want to say thank you for joining our first live. We want to thank you for following us, subscribing to our channel.
For our clients and our strategists who are on here right now, thank you for supporting us. That really means a lot. It was our first live. We were nervous. So thank you.
Peaceful Escapes. This is for, I think, Phil up above. They were always scared to use Price Labs because I thought it was like Airbnb pricing, which always tells me to price 1/3 of what I book at. I'm going to sign up for the ASAP for the bootcamp. Peaceful Escapes. Let's go. We got you. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful Friday. And we cannot thank you enough for joining us live, but come hang out with us at the bootcamp.
Big hug right back at you, Thorburn. Thank you all.
Thanks,
You're the best,
Amy.
Amy. Thank you. Bye.